Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel at Delectable by Design. I'm Cindy and today we're going to be making some bat cupcakes, perfect for Halloween. Okay, so let's get started. I have a black buttercream in my piping bag, and I have made this buttercream black by using black cocoa powder. Using black cocoa powder allows you to use a lot less black food coloring. And black food coloring can have a little bit of an off taste, so you use as little as possible. So most of it was colored with the cocoa, and then I added a couple of drops of black food coloring, and I'm using AmeriColor gel. Okay, now I have some gum paste which I've rolled out. And this is satin ice, and it's black. You also need some white. I did mine earlier, so I don't have the white here right now. So what I started to do was, with a round circle cookie cutter, and this measures 2 3/8 inches, I cut out a circle, and from that circle, I am going to trace my little design I've made here. So basically what you have is a half moon, and then you're going to put a few scallops on it. And if you use an X-Acto knife, it's pretty easy. You can use any kitchen knife. If you're using the X-Acto knife, be careful because they're pretty sharp. I'm going to trace around here. And create the bat wings. There we go. Okay. So you can clean that up a little bit. It's still soft because it hasn't hardened yet. So you can clean that up a little bit. But I have some that I made previously, so I'm going to use them because they've already hardened, and this hasn't hardened yet. And it will only take a few minutes for this to harden because it's so thin. And then I'm going to cut out a small triangle, which I'm going to use for the ears. And this triangle measures 5/8 inches from the tip to the center of the bottom. And I'll just use a piece that I have here and cut. There we go. Okay, so we have 2 here. We're ready to go. Okay, so what I'm doing is I took a sandwich cookie and I separated it, scraped out the inside, and I'm going to fill the inside with the black buttercream. And I'm going to put a little bit more in there than the thickness of the icing that was in there, or the filling, because I want these to stick together, and we need the bat wings to hold inside of this, so it needs something to stick to. Okay, so I put some black buttercream on. I'm going to replace the cookie top, squeeze it together, and then I'm just going to lay that down. Now I have some pre-made eyes that you can buy in a craft store, and this is the bigger size of the eyes. They usually sell 2 sizes. I'm going to take my piping bag, and I am going to fit that with a number 4 tip, which is just a round tip, or you can cut the edge of the piping bag to achieve that. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of each of these and place them on the cookie. And then you can move them to center them as you need to, so they're in the middle of the cookie. Okay. I then have two little tiny triangles, which I cut out of white gum paste. And I'm going to add a dot to each of those, making sure that my piping tip is clean. Need a little more on that. When you're working with these little tiny pieces, sometimes helps to have a tweezers by, a kitchen tweezer. So it makes it easier to place. So I have that here. Let's see if I can manage to place this without it falling. Okay, here we go. So we have it on there. And then I'm going to tap it down so the buttercream actually sticks to the cookie. There we go. Now I'm going to add my wings. So I'm going to take two wings that I made and I'm going to add those into the side. There we go. Okay, now I have a cupcake which I frosted with the black buttercream. And you can either place this right on top, adding a little extra buttercream on the bottom of that cookie to hold it, or you can prop it up a little bit. It's going to slide back, but let's prop it up. Okay, so just give that a little push so that it holds into the buttercream. And as I suspected, I wiped off most of the buttercream that was on the back of this left tooth, or whatever you will. So I'm going to put another dollop on there. And I am going to place that. There we go. Now all I have to do is add the ears. So I have two ears which I've cut out of gum paste and these little triangles. And I'm going to put one on each, in the top of each. And this is not dry yet. So I may need a little bit more buttercream in there. There we go. So I'm going to add one and then the second one. And there you have your little bat ears. So there we go. These are the bat cupcakes. These are perfect little craft to do with your children or your grandchildren, and they're just so fun for Halloween. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And happy Halloween!